At Listen Up, we care about what you think. Pop by our website and answer this week's question. Do you worry about whether the world will come to an end? Tell us about it. You'll find us at listenuptv.com. We're back with our look at Hollywood's take on the end of time. The idea of a final battle or a final judgment is an idea that's been around for millennia. In our search for understanding of the Christian perspective, we visited Toronto's Tyndale University College and Seminary for a chat with former President Dr. Brian Stiller. We wanted to hear the Christian perspective on the final judgment and probe Hollywood's fascination with the end times story.
Hollywood's smart. Hollywood knows what sells, and they know that the American people have an enormous reservoir of biblical metaphors and language in their own life experience.
Hollywood may be capitalizing on the biblical themes and the biblical metaphors and stories, but they're getting the story wrong. Tell us about that.
Well, Hollywood always gets the story wrong because they have to couch it in the way of telling a story that's compelling, that's scary, that brings its own kind of solution or non-solution. And so if they take a story of your life and put it on screen, you look at it and say, that's not me, because they have no intention of telling your story. They only use it as a way to craft their own scenario that gets their ultimate objective, which is people walking into theater.
Brian, do Christians believe that this world as we know it is going to come to an end?
Christians have a variety of views.
What are the core beliefs that all Christians do believe?
Yeah, the core element is that Catholic, Protestant, whatever, is that some moment in time, Christ will return in some form, and there will be a resurrection of the dead, and there will be a renewal of creation, and there will be an eternality built into the lives of those that are resurrected, and we live forever in God's presence.
Now, one of the movies that's just been very popular out of Hollywood is the movie 2012, which purports to state that the Mayan calendar predicts that the world as we know it is coming to an end in the year 2012. Do we know when it's going to happen?
No, it's all foolish speculation. Whether you call yourself a Christian or whatever you call yourself, this is just foolish speculation, and people have been doing it for years. It's interesting in the Gospels, when Jesus is asked the question, when will the end of earth come? End of time. And he said, I don't even know, only my Father in heaven.
Tell me this, are you looking forward to the great ending, this time of renewal that you mentioned and of Christ's return? Is that something that we should be looking forward to?
That's the hope. Now, whether you look forward to it is a different kind of thing. My hope, my life is lived on the basis of this hope, that the God who created, who in Christ has given us this hope of eternal life, will indeed ensure the eternal life. But frankly, I enjoy my life today. My father had a great line. He said this, son, live as if Jesus is coming today, but plan as if he'll never come.
Is our God a God who can be trusted?
Well, that's the ultimate nature of our faith, is that this God is one who is. Now, what do we trust him for? The whole notion of heaven, in my view, has gotten a bad rap. It's got a fuzzy rap. People have all kinds of silly notions. And I think it's really important to understand, whether you're a follower of Christ or whether you aren't, what the gospel says about what heaven is.
And what does it say?
Well, heaven is the continuation of human life. We are not eternal beings, but when we were born, God promises us eternal living. And so the continuing of God's creation, or heaven, is where we will be very real people, physical. I'll call you Patty. I will see others that I recognize. We'll be about scientific innovation. We don't know all things. We'll still have to search and study and do research. We'll be in managing creation. So we have an enormous opportunity in a very physical world, and it's back here on earth. So this is renewed. So heaven is a very real world where we are living as real people, as real as you and I are now.
So that is what the Christian story tells us. That is the great hope that we have to look forward to, each of us who trust in Jesus Christ.
That's the gospel.
Okay. So Brian, what about people who have never believed in that story? What do they do with their uncertainty?
There are two elements to this. The first is hope, is to understand that this long-term plan of our existence that God has promised is the hope of my life. Faith then is to say, I'm going to put my trust in that hope. I'm going to put my life on the line, and I'm going to believe it to be true for myself. So a person who looks at this and say, it's a lot of mumbo jumbo, or it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, I understand. It is mysterious. And all these people who try to simplify it in some kind of code or formula, I'd ignore them. The nature of the future is that God has promised it to us. So when you look at the future, you look at this great promise of the Lord. You can't make sense of it all. But you say, that's a promise. I'm going to receive that promise. I'm going to make that the hope. I'm going to let that frame my life.
How? Brian, how do people let it frame their life?
By coming to choose. It's choices you make. It's a choice you make. We make choices about all kinds of things in the day.
Is it really that simple? Somebody
is.
just has to make a choice.
Makes a choice. You say, I choose to believe this rather than that.
Brian, you made a choice to believe a long time ago. You're an intelligent man. As you look back on that choice, are you glad you made it?
I can't imagine me living without having made that. It doesn't mean that I don't struggle with issues, but I live with that mystery because I live as a mystic with a God that is only partially comprehensible to me as a human being. But I can't imagine, Patty, living my life without knowing that He is in me and He's walking with me. And He's in my darkest moments, when I failed Him miserably, I hear Him say, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're mine. And what more can a human want than the God of creation to say, I love you. You're mine.
When we return, ultimate endings and new beginnings in the Wrap.